Deidre hear this music coming around the block, Deidre gets up. He has an account with the ice cream man. Where do the ice cream man open up an account for somebody to get something off the truck every day?
I would say when the ice cream man pulls up, it's the best part of my day. The treats make it worth it for me to push myself to walk outside. And that's my exercise for the day.
First, it's a Saturday night thing. It feels so good you start doing it on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And it's got
you. These are arm warmers. Back in my old way of life, I used to wear these every single day, no matter how hot, no matter how much I was burning up at my restaurant job, to cover my track marks. It was the only thing I could think to do, because our uniform was short sleeve. No matter how far into sobriety you are, 2 years, 5 years, 6 years even, it's crazy what little things can trigger you. Like putting on arm warmers one day. It's nice to have come so far. Keep coming back one day at a time.
Crack, it was every single day. But when it was porn and the porn addiction, it was binging. What I wish I'd known about porn. So my relationship with porn started at a very, very young age. In fact, I was about 4 years old. I never associated porn with addiction. Especially back then, 20 years ago, those two words didn't go together. Porn was just porn. You watch porn, everybody does it. My view on women was really marred. I looked at women as a way of gratifying myself. That's the truth of it. You look at a woman through the eyes of porn. But I think we all know that it's not okay. That's why it goes on in secret. And it was only very recently that I actually acknowledged that there might be an addiction. It was about 4 years ago, when I actually said maybe this is actually an addiction that needs to be tackled the same way that the other drugs in my life were.
Ice cream is one of my favorites.
All righty. Make sure you order right now.
Appreciate you.
All right.
So that's how I start my breakfast. With the ice cream. And it starts to make my day get better at that point. But the ice cream and the snacks are just the start. It's good, but I get hungrier as I eat it. I need something bigger.
Hey there, got your 2 large meat lovers, cheesy bread, wings, and soda.
Appreciate you. I order a lot, and I tell myself, you don't gotta eat it if you don't want it. But when I get it, I usually end up eating it all at once. So I can eat 2 full pieces with 2 orders of wings and an order of cheesy bread. But after I finish, I'm still hungry. And I start thinking about what I'm gonna have next.
Sex addiction, for me, that came in the form of unprotected sex with people I did not know. I wouldn't be able to pick them out of a lineup now.
It got so bad that even if I was having sex 5 times a day, it just wasn't enough for me.
The day my husband left, I remember the relief, I didn't have to sneak around so much anymore. At the heart of my addiction, my husband didn't matter. My friends, my own children, they didn't matter. Even the night that my husband left, I knew I would kind of have to feed the beast. But I only had 85 cents left in my bank account. So I went upstairs and into my daughter's room.
Addiction can be defined as not having control over doing, taking, or using something in a way where it could be harmful to you. This is most commonly associated with drug abuse. but the definition can be extended to include just about anything. Gambling, sex, or even work can lead to harmful, destructive addictions, with the affected people causing themselves, as well as the people around them, harm by neglecting all other aspects of their lives.
Well, I think with any, let's call it addictive process, I mean, email is powerfully addictive, right? Partly, it's a slot machine, and I mean that technically. So when you pull, that's a variable ratio reinforcement schedule, if I remember correctly, and it's very addictive because if you pull on the slot machine arm enough, you will win, and you never know which pull will reward you. And so not only is that addictive, it's very hard to extinguish that. Well, how do you overcome an addictive process? And partly, you do it by replacing it with something better, right? So when people study drug and alcohol use, they often make an elementary mistake, which is to try to figure out why people use drugs and alcohol. That's not a smart thing to wonder. We know why people use cocaine. Cocaine directly stimulates the systems that produce positive emotion. It's like, so there's no mystery there. The mystery with cocaine is very, very simple. Why don't people take cocaine all the time until they die? That's the mystery, really, because you can get isolated rats to do that. So, and for some people, alcohol has the same kind of effect, except it's mediated by opiates. And so I think the first thing you have to do to bring them under control is figure out what it is that their use is interfering with. It has to be something important, right? So you think, well, I want to do something important. Well, what is that? Oh, it could be personal. Maybe you want to have a relationship. You want to get married. You want to have kids. You want to have a career that's meaningful. You want to have a life. You want to have an Abrahamic adventure and be the father of nations, let's say. Well, you can't be ratting away on your cell phone and doing that. And so I think part of it is to set your sights high and make a plan and figure out who you could be. Find something better to do to replace it.